Good morning, British COVIDians, on day 58. Now, I begin day 58 with a special message. Masked up as usual, just for effect really, not planning to go anywhere. But from the special message perspective today, remember, although these are just reading glasses, and of course they're useless really for protecting from anything like COVID, yep, cover your eyes, yep. If you're going out there, if you're forced by this evil government to have to travel, packed in like a sardine on the tube. How's your sardine time on the tube at the moment, people? Your sardine time on public transport, yeah? Give others a chance. At least cover your face, yeah? So if you do the old, achoo, coronavirus, yeah, this mask is going to catch it, okay? But protect the eyes. Goggles, I think, would be best, yeah? But eyeglasses or some kind of eye shielding, at least if someone gives it the old, achoo, coronavirus in front of you, those them there speeding particles, practically at the speed of light, yeah, don't know about the science behind that, are going to at least be caught by your mask and maybe not infect that poor person who might have diabetes, asthma, COPD. And another quick point, COVIDians. Yep, everyone's always been going on, haven't they, right from the beginning. Sorry, it's just a post-nasal drip again, COVIDians. Look, so you have been warned this morning, okay? I have warned you in day 58 of lockdown. Who'd blame me? But a quick one, COVIDians. They're always on about, and especially at the beginning, they were always on about, weren't they? Comorbidities. Don't worry. It's only likely to kill people who've got diabetes, asthma, COPD, heart problems, circulatory problems, diseases of the nervous system, kidney disease, on chemotherapy. Oh, don't worry, it's only likely to kill them. Everybody else, it'll just be like a bad dose of the flu. You'll get really shivery, really achy. You'll need to take to your bed for 7 days and keep people away from you, but you'll be fine. Turns out, comorbidities that they're now talking about, increasing massively your chance of morbidity, death rate, comorbidities can be actually anything. Anything from your mum, your dad, your aunt, your uncle, your friend, the person you're working next to at work at the moment, probably packed in this close to them. Comorbidities could mean that person who just takes 2 blood pressure tablets a day. Yeah? Look at it. There will be millions of people in this country working at the moment on 2 blood pressure tablets a day. Yeah, controls their blood pressure, fine. Means they're less at risk from a heart attack. Yeah, but that's the kind of comorbidities we're talking about now, not massive long-term ones. Right, let's get into the subject for today. And my subject for today, for which I will need my phone. I'm going to disappear, but for 1 second. Can we have some walking sound effects or walking back sound effects? Right, I've got to get a picture up on my phone for today's message, okay? Let me just find where I need. Okay, go to gallery. Gallery is always a great place to find your pictures, isn't it? Yeah. And look, if you will, I don't quite know how well you'll be able to see this, but this is 7-day moving average per capita C19, COVID-19, global death toll, UK tops the list. Now, again, I really don't know, but we're that line right at the very top. Globally, per capita, per head of population, we're topping the list. And just it's a bit like I feel a bit like I'm announcing the football scores here. And in first place, we have the UK at 6.6, reading from my notes, like all good Tory ministers. Second, we have Sweden, derp, ski derp, ski derp, ski derp, ski derp. Well, Sweden came in at a glorious 6.2, and then land of the free, home of the brave, the great orange balloons country, buffoons country, US 5.1 per capita, per million head of population, moving average dated 080520. Just imagine where we are now. Next for today, clapping the nurses, of course, today and whatever, great. Clapping public service workers, of course, great. Happy to do it, right? Try and keep away from each other while you do it, but happy to do it nonetheless, yep. But what are the nurses going to do as well as clapping them? Well, the nurses and the public service workers, pay freeze already announced. Give them a little badge saying carer and then tell them pay freeze, because the billionaires, the tax dodgers, the people at the top, the ones you've got to go back to work to keep in a style to which they're accustomed, they're not contributing to this. No. They're going to have nurses and public sector workers are going to have their pay frozen. So much for heroes. Well, talking about no more heroes, dear old Jesse Boot now apparently is looking for volunteers to help meet the testing criteria. Yeah, attend the Boots testing centres and whatever, wait for the cars to drive up, shove the swabs up the nose, wear kind of debatable protective equipment, yeah, and not get paid for it. Hey, great! Let's not pay for it. Let's just rely on the good old spirit of generosity from the public again. 32 hours a week, a lot of the time obviously spent on your feet. Bearing in mind, Boots don't pay any UK tax. Dear old Jesse never paid any UK tax. And not only are they tax avoiders and corporate tax avoiders, but they're seeking your help as volunteers rather than actually paying people. Strange that, isn't it? Oh, and by the way, they give an awful lot to the Tory party. Enough said, eh? What we got next? Of course, it hasn't gone away. I'm getting near the end. Death tolls in care homes still going through the roof. Probably not properly reported. Government was warned about this, according to most of the quality newspapers, including the Independent. They were warned about this 2 years ago. Okay, they were warned about it 2 years ago. Did they prepare? Did they do anything to maybe lessen the death toll of your relatives, your friends, your granny, your granddad, your aunt, your uncle, your elderly friends whom you've known probably since you were kids? Yeah, did they do anything to lessen the death toll? Did they make any provision? No. But they did pay off billionaires. Yeah, they did bail out the banks and the billionaires, but they didn't make any provision, although they were warned. Okay, final one to end up on. As you poor old comedians are obviously being told you have to go back to work or we'll starve you, thank God the teachers are still holding out and saying they're not going back until it's safe. But for you poor sods who have already felt, well, you'll be sacked, you won't get any social security, you'll be left to starve, you'll be turned out of your home, you won't be able to pay your rent, you won't be able to eat, you won't be able to pay for your electricity, gas, phone, you won't be able to pay for any services. Effectively, like they did the miners, they're threatening to starve you back to work. Yeah. Here's the Health and Safety at Work Regulations 1974, that no matter what the Tories say, assure you that you have the right to refuse to work off the job if it is not safe, represents an imminent threat to your health or welfare. You can walk off the job. You don't have to go to the management and go, please sir, please sir, please sir. Go to the man. Don't do that. Obviously speak to your trade unions, speak to a solicitor. But here is the section from the Health and Safety at Work Regs 1974. I'll try and read it all in one go, bearing in mind there is some preamble, okay? In circumstances of danger which the employee reasonably believed, past tense, to be serious and imminent, which he believed could not be reasonably expected, he could not be reasonably expected to avert, he left, brackets, or proposed to leave work, or, brackets, while the danger persisted, refused to return to work, most important, while the danger persisted, refused to return to work, or any dangerous part of his workplace. Please, workers, that is law. The UK Tory government have not changed that law. That's written down. It's on the statute book. It's on the statute books that include laws that would govern the situation if you committed murder. It is law. It is the force of law. It is written in stone in the 1974 Health and Safety at Work Act, section 44. So if you are going back to or are back at work where these measures for social distancing are not met, where the virus proves a threat, an imminent threat to your health, if you are not being told that you can shield and stay shielded and stay paid because of a serious health condition, obviously speak to your unions. But if you're on the job now and those conditions are not being met, the very conditions the teachers are not seeing met, speak to your union, organise a mass walkout. Walk off the job, walk back home, take the transport back home, and expect that under the Act you cannot be victimised, you cannot be disciplined, and that your employer, under the Act of Parliament, under the law, will still have to pay you. Okay, COVIDians, I'm off. Sounds like a bit of a rant, but I'm a bit excited today because you've got to stay powerful, stay in charge of your own life, look out for each other, and preferably stay at home. Bye.